Friends, first keep these points in your mind and follow the rules, the safety rules at the time of COVID 19. Always wash your hand time to time with a soap, with a mild soap for about 20 seconds, or use hand sanitizer, practice social distancing, and wear a mask. So, these are the important points which we should always remember and follow. Now, start the revision of the chapter motion. We continue from the last video, that is we have studied the average velocity, average speed. Now the velocity. What is the velocity? Actually, if the speed has direction also, speed with direction is called the velocity. Speed is a scalar quantity. It means if you represent the speed, you don't need to represent the direction of the moving body. But in case of velocity, if we are representing the velocity, we have to mention the direction of the moving body. So velocity is a vector quantity, whereas the speed is a scalar quantity. So how can you define the velocity? Velocity is, we can define it like this. Velocity of a body is the distance. Actually, I think you should have the notes which you prepared earlier. Distance traveled. So I think it's not necessary for me to write down all the definitions. Per unit time. Velocity of a body is a distance traveled by it per unit time in a given direction. So it is very important that you should know the magnitude as well as direction for finding the velocity. For the velocity, we should know the direction as well as the speed. So velocity is the speed with direction. It is a vector quantity. So we can differentiate between the speed and the velocity. Speed and velocity. So first difference is this: speed is a scalar quantity, whereas velocity is a vector quantity. Second one, we can write the definition in the difference. Like the speed is a distance traveled by the body per unit time is called the speed. And for the velocity is also the distance traveled by the body per unit time in a given direction. It is very important that you should mention in a given direction. So this is the definition of velocity. The formula for the speed is equal to distance upon time. Distance upon time. And we know that distance cannot be zero for a moving body. We have studied in last videos that if a body is traveling in a circular path and start from this point, and again after traveling a distance of this circumference, he again reached to the point A. Now in this case, the distance traveled by the body is the circumference of the circle. This is 2 pi r, is the distance of the body traveled. So in this case, the speed, it is not zero. Actually, it is the distance which is equal to 2 pi r and divided by the time. Okay, but in case of velocity, we know the formula for the velocity. Okay, first we should know the formula for the velocity. It is displacement. You remember the displacement? Displacement upon time. What was the displacement? Displacement is the distance with direction is called the displacement. If it means if you know the distance with the direction, or we can say the minimum distance between the initial and the final position is called the displacement. And in this case, if a body is moving in a circular path and suppose it cover a distance which is equal to the circumference of the circle, it means the moving body start from this point, and again after traveling a distance, it again reach at this point A. So in this case, speed is equal to distance, that is 2 pi r divided by the time. But what is about the velocity? Here in this case, the displacement is zero, since the initial and the final position do not has any distance between it. So we can say the displacement is zero here. Time can be any time. The time it can be any value. So in this case, the velocity will be zero. It means for a moving body, speed cannot be zero. As we know that distance cannot be zero, but for the velocity, velocity can be zero. If the displacement of the moving body is zero, we can say the velocity can be zero. Same as we know that the displacement cannot be greater than the distance traveled. It can be equal to or it can be less than the distance traveled. So here same in the case of speed. Since this value distance is either equal or greater to the displacement. So same for the speed and the velocity. Speed is either equal to the velocity or is greater than the velocity. It can't be less than the velocity. Same as velocity can be zero, but speed cannot be zero. Uh, Again, one more example. If a body is traveling a distance like this, and again traveling a distance from this point, it again return and come back to this point C. Here in this case, we know that the distance travel is the sum of these length that is 200 meter, and suppose this is 300 meter. So we will say the distance is equal to 500 meter. So the speed will be positive here. But in case of velocity, if we are representing this distance by the positive sign, so we have to represent this distance by the negative sign. So here in this case, the displacement will be negative, or if the displacement is negative, its velocity will also negative. So we can say that speed cannot be negative, but velocity can be positive, it can be zero, or it can be negative. So this is about the velocity, and these are some differences between the speed and the velocity. Okay, what is SI unit of velocity? The SI unit of velocity is same as SI unit is meter per second. Sorry, we represent the velocity by using meter per second unit. For initial velocity, we use the symbol small u. Always remember, we represent the initial velocity by using the symbol small u, and for the final velocity, we use the symbol v. V represent the final velocity of a moving body, and for the time, we use the symbol small t, and this symbol represent the time. Okay. So for the displacement, we use the symbol s. S is the symbol which represent the displacement. Okay. Now the velocity can be of uniform or it can be non-uniform. So first the uniform velocity. Uniform velocity. Okay. What is a uniform velocity? Just like the uniform motion, we know that if a body is moving and it travel equal distance in equal interval of time, we will say it is moving with a uniform speed. But here in this case, it is not necessary that the body is moving in a straight line. But in case of uniform velocity, it is very important that the body is moving in a straight line. You know, if it is not moving in a straight line, suppose it is changing its direction. Initially it was going here and again it was here. So the displacement, the direction of the displacement also changes. So we can say the velocity is also changes. So for a uniform velocity, it is very important that a body is moving in a straight line. So we can define the uniform velocity like this. Ki suppose a body is cover a distance of 2 meter in first 1 second, again 2 meter in another 1 second, again 2 meter in another 1 second. So it means the bodies cover equal distance in equal interval of time in a specific direction. So if a body cover equal distance in equal interval of time in a particular direction, we will say that the body has a uniform velocity. Or if a body is going to change its direction like this, suppose it cover a distance of 2 meter in first 1 second, again 2 meter in another 1 second. So here in this case, the speed is uniform since it is covering equal distance in equal interval of time, because for speed, direction doesn't matter. But for the uniform velocity, we know that the direction is also matter. It means if the direction of the body is changes, if the direction of the motion of the body is changes, it means its velocity is also changes. So we can say this motion, this type of motion is not a uniform motion, is not a uniform velocity. Sorry, not for the motion. Motion is uniform, but non-uniform velocity. Its velocity is not uniform. Again, I think it should be clear to you that if a body is traveling in a straight line and it covers equal distance in equal interval of time, we will say it has a uniform velocity. But suppose a body is moving um, in a not in a particular direction, it means the direction is going to be changes, but it cover equal distance in equal interval of time. We can't say that it has a uniform velocity. It will have the non-uniform velocity since its direction is going to be changes. Okay, I think it should be clear to you. Now, the non-uniform velocity. Non-uniform velocity. So, for non-uniform velocity, there can be three cases. Like for the first case. First case can be, suppose a body is moving in a straight line and it cover unequal distance in equal interval of time. Initially, it was covering 2 meter in 1 second in first second, and in another second, it covered a distance of 3 meter. In another second, it covered a distance of 5 meter. So it is covering unequal distance in equal interval of time in a particular direction, or we can say in a straight line. So here we can say it has the non-uniform velocity. In this case, the direction is not going to be changes, but the distance is not equal. So we can say it has a non-uniform velocity. Now the second case. Can be, suppose a body is moving and it is covering equal distance in equal interval of time, like this. First, in 1 second, it covered a distance of 2 meter. In another 1 second, it covered a distance of 2 meter. In another 1 second, covered a distance of 2 meter. So it is covering equal distance in equal interval of time, but the direction is changes. So we can say it has non-uniform velocity. So there is a first case is this one, unequal distance in equal interval of time, and bodies moving in a straight line. In second case, it is covering equal distance in equal interval of time, but the direction is continuously changes. Okay. Now, what can be the third case? Third case can be कि a body is covering unequal distance in equal interval of time, like 2 meter in first second, 1 meter in another second, and 3 meter in another 1 second. So it is covering unequal distance in equal interval of time, and again its direction is changes. Okay, so this is also the case of non-uniform velocity. So body can have the non-uniform velocity if it cover unequal distance in equal interval of time without changing its direction, or if it cover equal distance in equal interval of time but its direction is going to be changes. At third case, it cover unequal distance in equal interval of time, and again the direction is also changes. So these are the three cases where the object can have the non-uniform velocity. So we can have the example of the uniform velocity. Uniform velocity means the velocity of, what can be the example? I think you should think the example of uniform and non-uniform velocities. Example can be like this: you are moving in a car and your car is moving in a straight line, and the velocity of the car is not changes, or you can say the speed of the car is not changes, and you are moving in a straight line. So this type of velocity you have, your car will have uniform. Or for the uniform velocity, it can be like a motorcycle moving in a circular path. This is a non-uniform velocity. So suppose a body is moving in a circular path, its velocity is non-uniform. You know why? Suppose its speed is not changes. Like a earth, this is earth and this is a sun. And we know that the earth is moving with a constant speed. So the speed of the earth is not going to be changes. It is constant. But the direction at every point is changes. At this point, the direction of the motion is like this. At this point, it is here. At this point, it is here. So in this case, the direction of the motion is changes. So we can say the speed of the earth, the velocity of the earth is non-uniform. Here the speed its speed is uniform, but its velocity is non-uniform because its direction is changes at every point, at every moment. So this is the example of non-uniform velocity. Now continue with velocity. Again, after the velocity, we should know the acceleration. Have you remember the definition of acceleration? The rate of change of velocity is called the acceleration, and we represent the acceleration by using the symbol small a. So this is the rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity. You know what is the meaning of the rate of? Rate of means when we divide something by the time. The rate at which means per unit time. How much the value is going to be changes. So acceleration is equal to the change in velocity upon the time. Change in velocity means suppose a body has the initial velocity of u. This is a body and it is moving with the initial velocity of u. Okay. And after some time, after the time t, its velocity changes to v. Suppose we apply some force on this object and its speed changes, or we are not going to apply some force on it, or suppose due to the friction, the body of this, the motion of this, sorry, the velocity of this ball is decreases. So it means the velocity changes. Suppose initial velocity of the body is u and the final velocity is v, and the time in which the velocity changes is t. So for the acceleration is equal to the change in velocity, final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. So this is the formula for the acceleration. Acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by the time. When you write the formula for any values, you should always mention the meaning of these symbols. Like v represent the final velocity of the body, u represent the initial velocity of the body, and t is the time taken. So acceleration a is equal to this one. So this is the acceleration. What can be the SI unit of the acceleration? Acceleration is equal to with change in velocity upon time. So what is the SI unit of velocity? It is meter per second divided by the time is upon second. So it is meter per second square. So this is the SI unit for the acceleration. We can also use the bigger unit, but these are the kilometer per hour square. But this is not the SI unit. SI unit means standard unit. In standard unit, we use the MKS system. You know MKS system? M represent the meter, K for the kilogram, and S for the seconds. So length, mass, and time. These are the primary units. Okay, so this is acceleration and this is SI unit for the acceleration. Acceleration can be uniform and non-uniform, like just like the velocity. Uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. So first we will understand what is uniform acceleration. Okay, suppose this is a body. This is your ball. Okay, initially the velocity of your ball, okay, not a ball, we are taking the example of bicycle. This is our bicycle. This is our bicycle. Okay, and suppose this bicycle initial has the velocity, you pedal it. Oh, I don't make the pedal for it. So these are the pedals, and by paddling it, suppose your bicycle has a speed of 2 meter per second, and you start paddling your bicycle, and after 1 second its velocity is now suppose 5 meter per second. By paddling it, you change the speed of the bicycle. Again you are paddling, and again in 1 second you find that the speed of your bicycle is now 5 to 8 meter per second. Again in another 1 second you find your speed is going to be 11 meter per second. So here in this case your velocity changes equally. You know, in 1 second your velocity is how much changes? It is 3 meter per second. In another 1 second your velocity changes to 1 meter per second. Very important point, should you remember that it is not the distance, it is the velocity. So you are changing your velocity equally, sorry, not 1, it is 3. You are changing your velocity equally in equal interval of time. In equal interval of time, if the velocity is changes equally, then we will say it is a uniform acceleration. It should be very clear to you that it is the velocity, not the distance. So we can define uniform acceleration like this. If a body changes equally. If the velocity of the body changes equally in equal interval of time. देखिए, this time interval can be 1 second, it can be 1 minute, it can be 1 hour, or it can be 2 minutes, it can be 2 hours. It doesn't matter the how much is this time interval. ये बहुत छोटा भी हो सकता है और ये बहुत बड़ा भी हो सकता है, but this time interval should be equal. So if the change in velocity is equal in equal interval of time, we will say the body has the uniform acceleration. And the very common example for the uniform acceleration is when a body falls from some height. Now you have studied all the chapters of physics, so you should know that if you drop an object from certain height, it's accelerate uniformly, which is equal to the acceleration due to gravity 9.8 meter per second. I think it's 9.8 meter per second square. I think you should remember it. We have learned in the chapter 3rd. We have learned it in chapter 3rd. So here, what happens? Actually, initially, when you drop an object, initially we know that its velocity is 0. When we drop something from the certain height, its initial velocity is always 0. After 1 second, its velocity increases by 9.8. It means after 1 second, its velocity will be 9.8 meter per second. After 1 second, its velocity will be 9.8 plus 9.8, it will be 19.6 meter per second. It means your velocity, the velocity of the object changes equally, increases equally in equal interval of time. So this is the example of the uniform acceleration. Okay, when you drop an object from a certain height, its velocity changes equally in equal interval of time. It means it has a uniform acceleration. Okay, now the non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration. So what is a non-uniform acceleration? Suppose the velocity of your bicycle, this is your bicycle. Again, I am making a bicycle for you. This is a bicycle. This is your bicycle. Okay, this is your bicycle. And initially, the velocity of your bicycle is 2 meter per second. And in 1 second, the velocity of your bicycle changes to 6 meter per second. Again, in another 1 second, your velocity is the velocity of your bicycle is 8 meter per second. In another 1 second, it is 15 meter per second. So in this case, the velocity changes unequally. In first case, changes 4 meter per second. In another case, 2 meter per second. In third case, it is 7 meter per second. So here in this case, the velocity changes unequally in equal interval of time. So this is the example for the non-uniform acceleration. So it should always remember that the change in velocity is unequal, not the distance. It is a change in velocity. So if a velocity of the body changes unequally in equal interval of time, we will say the acceleration of the body is non-uniform. It means the body is moving with the non-uniform acceleration. So there can be lots of examples for the non-uniform acceleration. After acceleration, you should know the retardation. Retardation. Have you remember the retardation? Negative acceleration is called the retardation. Negative acceleration means suppose a body is moving with the initial velocity of 2 meter per second. It's a very convenient to take a 2 meter per second and its velocity is now decreases to 0 meter per second in any time, like in 2 seconds. So now the velocity of the body is going to be decreases. It means this is the final velocity v, and this is the initial velocity u, and this is the time t. And we know the formula of acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by the time. So it is how much? It is 1 minus 1 meter per second square. So this minus sign show that the velocity of the moving body is decreases. So if the velocity of the body is decreases, we can say it has a negative acceleration. Okay, and the negative acceleration is called the retardation. We also represent it by using the symbol A. If we are writing like the retardation, so if we are writing the retardation, it means we don't have to write the negative sign with the value. We don't write the negative, means -1. We will not write it like -1 meter per second square. Or suppose we are writing the acceleration here. For the acceleration, we have to represent the negative sign. So retardation means it is included that it is negative. सो नेगेटिव लिखना ही नहीं है. रिटार्डेशन का मतलब आप लिखोगे 1 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर. इसका मतलब ये होता है, रिटार्डेशन का मतलब कि -1 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर आप बताना चाहते हो. और अगर आप लिख रहे हो एक्सेलेरेशन, सो यू हैव टू राइट एट -1 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर. Okay, so these are the acceleration and the retardation. I think at the time of revision I can explain you graph with these values, like for the uniform velocity. For the uniform velocity, if you are making the dt graph, you know the dt graph, distance time graph, it is always like this. I will explain you again in the part of graph. And for the non-uniform velocity, the graph is like this, dt graph. Dt graph means distance and time graph. It should be any curve. This is a distance time graph for the non-uniform velocity. Or suppose a body is at rest. This is the distance and this is the time. So for the rest, for the body which is at rest, the dt graph is like this. Again, in the part of the graph, I will again explain you the graph of dt graph and vt graph for the uniform, non-uniform acceleration and the velocity. Uniform acceleration, we don't need to represent the uniform acceleration by using the dt graph. We represent it by using the vt graph. What is the vt graph? Vt graph means velocity and time graph. For the uniform acceleration, it is like this, vt graph. And for the non-uniform acceleration, the vt graph is, it is a curve. This curve can be like this or it can be like this. For the retardation, the vt graph is always like this. Okay. So these are the graph for the vt graph for the uniform, non-uniform acceleration as well as the retardation. I will again explain you in the part of graph. Okay. जब तक इतना ही करते हैं, अब इसको रिवाइज करेंगे अच्छे से, फिर आगे कंटिन्यू करेंगे इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन से नेक्स्ट वीडियोस में. ओके, बाय.